Have you ever found yourself trapped in a maddening argument with someone who absolutely refuses to admit they are wrong? Even when you present them with undeniable facts, they double down. They raise their voice, dig their heels in, and fight to the bitter end over the smallest detail. We usually call these people stubborn, difficult, or arrogant, but psychological science identifies a different issue beneath the surface. This unrelenting need to always be right points to a condition known as cognitive rigidity, a psychological framework that changes how we understand the link between behavior and intelligence. Identifying these patterns explains why engaging in these arguments is a complete waste of your mental energy. At the core of this behavior is an inability of the brain to think flexibly or adapt when new information is introduced. Individuals with this condition operate on black and white thinking. In their mind, the world is split into absolute extremes. A situation, an idea, or an opinion is either 100% right or 100% wrong. This diagram shows two differing ideas entering the same mental space. The rigid brain struggles to handle this complexity because it lacks the computing power to hold two different concepts at the same time and weigh them against each other. To avoid cognitive overload, the person will aggressively lock on to their very first thought. They defend that initial instinct as the ultimate truth to prevent the discomfort of nuance. This rigid mental framework makes it nearly impossible for them to handle opposing opinions. When you politely disagree with someone in this state, they often become furious. This is because lower cognitive flexibility leads to a confusion between simple disagreement and direct disrespect. They don't see facts as an opportunity for a logical discussion. They experience them as a personal attack on their identity. Healthy reasoning requires heavy cognitive effort. Since their brain cannot manage that load, they default to hostility as a defense mechanism against complexity. When the intellect cannot win an argument, the brain relies entirely on emotion. Psychological studies link lower IQ scores with poor emotional control and low emotional intelligence. While a highly intelligent person naturally pauses and responds calmly to a challenge, someone with cognitive rigidity reacts explosively the moment their worldview is threatened. They get offended easily and lose the ability to regulate their frustration. They will yell, throw childish tantrums, or create intense drama simply to overpower the conversation, hoping you will just give up so they can have the last word. This aggressive confidence often masks a profound lack of intellectual curiosity. As shown here, smart people are generally fine with being wrong if it means they learn something valuable. But for an individual with a low IQ, the act of learning feels like a threat to the ego. Admitting a mistake shatters their fragile self-image. To prevent this, they actively avoid new ideas and refuse to step outside of what is already comfortable for them. This constant need to be right functions as a subconscious defense mechanism used to hide a lack of understanding about the world. The next time you encounter someone who insists they are right about absolutely everything, do not try to convince them otherwise. Logic is ineffective against cognitive rigidity. Their brain is mechanically unequipped to process facts with flexibility. This stubbornness is a severe psychological limitation that is often mistaken for strength or leadership. Recognize the trap and save your mental energy. If you want to continue uncovering the dark psychological truths behind human behavior, make sure to hit that subscribe